So going on this trip was kind of a big deal for me. It was my first mission trip ever.
My first reaction was a little hesitant. I had never been a leader on a trip before.
It was my first mission trip, so I didn't know what to expect, but from my idea of mission trips, he just went out and went to go share the name of Jesus. So I just knew we were doing that, and I just went along with the ride.
My grandpa is the pastor of the Bridge Ministry, and he connected to Derek and really told Derek about what was going on, and Derek was like, hey, let's go there for a missions trip.
One of the most impactful parts of the trip for me was getting baptized under the bridge by Pastor Roger. Now, I've been baptized before, but I was 7 years old, and I really hadn't found out what real faith is. It was more my parents' faith. And that's kind of what led to my baptism, was just me wanting to step out in my faith.
We got to serve, but most importantly, we learned how to, just practice praying for people in our everyday lives.
The Bridge Day was a huge day, and it was okay, I got that excitement of I want to be able to go pray for everyone. I really felt personal growth probably in just breaking out of a fear shell of other people. I love people, but when it came to talking about God or praying for them or praying with them, it was yeah, there's fear there, and I just feel that really just broke off, that I can easily pray for them now, and I can ask God for a word, and I'll have the confidence to be able to share it with them.
The youth group leader, Casey, she was reading declarations over our life, and one of them was, I am a world changer. I've always had the idea, God would tell me, how do you expect to change the world if you don't let me change yours?
I kind of went into this with a negative thought, oh, we're not gonna get our phones and stuff like that. This isn't gonna be that fun, but I was powering through. Something was still pushing me to go. I went into Casey's room to go talk with her and some of the other girls. She looked at me and said, Chloe, there's a wall that's holding you back from being able to believe in God and being able to love Him. And we're gonna break that down tonight. So I physically lifted my hand up and we broke that wall down. I decided to give up my phone for the rest of the trip.
We rented out this big conference room, and we started doing worship there. Everyone just let loose and let the Holy Spirit come in. It was just a very powerful time for our youth group, because I've never seen it like that before. I've seen something like it, but nothing like it was on this trip. I was seeing prophetic words. I was getting words for the first time ever.
My definition of fully devoted has changed just in the way of being able to be more bold in my faith and more bold in praying for people.
So fully devoted to me first was just God, I want to give you everything I have. It changed as my interaction with people. God, I want to be able to interact with every single person and be fully devoted to the people, but use you to be able to do it. And I just think every day just being able to wake up and say, God, how can you use me today? And just having that mindset of, if I'm fully devoted, then I'm gonna want to do this every day. And so just having that lifestyle.
Fully devoted to me meant giving my all. I do kids church, and I help in preschool, and I do worship for the youth, and I felt that I was pretty devoted, but when we went on the missions trip, I was am I really fully devoted? And seeing that there was more that I could put into it was really surprising. I can really step in more, and I'm not worshiping for the congregation, but I'm worshiping for Jesus.
So my definition of fully devoted was kind of the life I was living before the missions trip. And I thought I had it figured out. So the most personal area of growth for me was probably my ability to stand out. That's what I want to do, and I want to stand out for God and really, be fully devoted, not have any regrets, not be scared of people criticizing me for my faith, but I have something more powerful than that they know, and they're gonna want more, and I'm hoping to use that in the future.
One message I had really prophesied to me when I was out there was that my family was gonna be, saved. And when I got back, I was really focused on working for God actually, and being fully devoted. Reading the Bible and praying wasn't enough. I had to start making disciples.
Before the trip, I really wasn't even in at all. I would call myself a Christian. I would say that I have God and I am with Him and He's with me, but in all reality, I was trying to fill that hole in my heart with other things. And I think just being on this trip just allowed me to realize that that there's nothing else that would be better to fill it with.
I am still fully devoted.
I'm still fully devoted.
I'm still fully devoted.